The notification sound echoed through empty apartments across 3 continents. Millions of phones lit up simultaneously with the same message. He was going live. At 24 years old, Marcus Chen commanded an audience most television networks could only dream of. His followers didn't just watch him play games or react to videos. They watched him live his entire life, streaming 18 hours a day from his cluttered bedroom in Los Angeles. But on this particular Tuesday evening in March, those same followers would witness something nobody expected: the complete destruction of everything he had built. Marcus hadn't started out wanting to be famous. 3 years earlier, he was just another college dropout, working night shifts at a warehouse, coming home to his studio apartment and turning on his camera to fill the silence. His early streams had maybe 12 viewers on a good day. He talked to them like old friends, sharing stories about his day, his dreams, his fears about the future. There was something raw about those early broadcasts, something authentic that cut through the noise of manufactured content flooding the internet. The growth came slowly at first, then all at once. One viral clip led to another. His subscriber count climbed from hundreds to thousands to millions. Brand deals started pouring in. Gaming companies sent him early releases. Fashion brands wanted him to wear their clothes. Within 18 months, Marcus was earning more money than his parents had made in their entire careers combined. The warehouse job became a distant memory, replaced by a penthouse apartment and a lifestyle he'd only seen in movies. But success in the streaming world came with a price that nobody warned him about. Every moment of his life became content. His breakfasts were sponsored segments. His relationships became storylines for his audience to dissect and debate. His mental health became entertainment for people who claimed to love him but had never met him. The line between Marcus the person and Marcus the brand had blurred beyond recognition. The pressure to perform never stopped. Other streamers were gaining ground, copying his style, stealing his audience. His management team pushed him to stream longer hours, create more controversial content, take bigger risks to stay relevant. Sleep became optional. Privacy became impossible. The comments section, once filled everything from his appearance to his personality, now swarmed with criticism about with encouragement. To his perceived authenticity, Marcus was averaging icity. By the winter of his 3rd year, streaming reels played on television 20 million views per month. His highlight shows. Major news outlets wrote articles about his influence on internet culture. From the outside, he had everything a 20-something could want. But the person behind the camera was slowly disappearing, replaced by a performance that had become indistinguishable from reality. His friends from before the fame had drifted away, unable to relate to his new world of constant surveillance and manufactured drama. His family worried about him but felt helpless to intervene in a lifestyle they didn't understand. The people around him now were employees, business partners, hangers-on who had financial interests in keeping the Marcus brand profitable and visible. Real connection had become the one thing his millions of dollars couldn't buy. The signs of strain had been building for months before that final stream. His content had become increasingly erratic, his mood swings more pronounced. He'd started taking breaks from streaming, then returning with manic energy that worried even his most dedicated fans. The comment sections filled with concern, but also with demands for more content, more access, more of whatever pieces of himself he had left to give. Marcus had tried to address the pressure in previous streams, talking openly about the toll that constant visibility had taken on his mental health. But vulnerability had become just another form of content, packaged and monetized like everything else in his life. His breakdowns became viral moments. His attempts at honesty became highlights for reaction channels. Even his pain had been commodified by an industry that thrived on human drama. The streaming platform had noticed the changes too. His content had pushed boundaries, testing the limits of what was acceptable for their terms of service. There had been warnings, temporary suspensions, meetings with platform executives who spoke in corporate language about brand safety and advertiser concerns. Marcus felt trapped between the expectations of an audience that demanded authenticity and a platform that demanded conformity to ever-changing rules nobody fully understood. The breaking point arrived without warning on what seemed like an ordinary Tuesday evening. Marcus had been streaming for 14 hours straight, fueled by energy drinks and the manic determination to reclaim the viewership numbers that had been steadily declining for weeks. His chat was more volatile than usual, filled with trolls testing his patience and longtime supporters begging him to take a break. But stopping meant losing momentum, and momentum was the only currency that mattered in his world. The stream that would destroy his career started innocuously enough. Marcus was playing a popular battle royale game, interacting with his chat, making the same jokes he'd perfected over thousands of hours of content. But something was different that night. His responses were sharper, more irritable. The mask he'd worn for so long was beginning to slip, revealing the exhausted, overwhelmed person underneath. It began with a donation message that was deliberately provocative, designed to get a reaction. The donor had paid $50 to display a message that questioned Marcus's authenticity, suggesting that his recent struggles were manufactured drama for views. Under normal circumstances, Marcus would have laughed it off or ignored it entirely. But that night, sleep-deprived and emotionally raw, he snapped. His response was immediate and devastating. The words poured out of him like poison he'd been holding back for years. He launched into a tirade that lasted nearly 20 minutes, attacking not just the donor but his entire audience, the streaming platform, the industry that had made him wealthy but left him hollow. Every frustration, every resentment, every moment of feeling trapped in his own success came spilling out in a torrent of rage that was being broadcast live to 200,000 viewers. Selam. The chat exploded. Clip channels were already cutting and uploading highlights within minutes. Social media platforms lit up with reactions, memes, and commentary. But Marcus wasn't finished. In his fury, he began sharing details about other streamers, revealing private conversations and behind-the-scenes drama that violated every unwritten rule of their community. He exposed brand deals, fake relationships, manufactured controversies. He burned bridges that had taken years to build, destroying alliances and friendships in real time. Then came the moment that sealed his fate. A viewer challenged him to prove he wasn't afraid of consequences, daring him to do something that would get him banned from the platform permanently. Marcus, caught up in his own destructive momentum, accepted the dare. What he did next lasted less than 30 seconds, but it was 30 seconds that would define the rest of his life. The exact details became the subject of endless speculation and analysis, but the result was immediate and irreversible. Within hours, Marcus's accounts were permanently banned. The platform issued a statement calling his behavior a clear violation of community standards and basic human decency. Sponsors pulled their contracts. Collaborators distanced themselves. The internet, which had built him up over 3 years, tore him down in a single night. Marcus disappeared from public view completely. His social media went dark. His apartment lease expired. Friends reported he'd moved back in with his parents, spending days in his childhood bedroom staring at the same walls he'd once dreamed of escaping. The warehouse where he'd worked before fame wouldn't hire him back. His face was too recognizable, his reputation too toxic. For months, he tried to rebuild under different usernames on smaller platforms, but the internet never forgets. Every attempt at a comeback was met with harassment, doxing, and reminders of that fateful night. The audience that once worshipped him now treated him like a cautionary tale. Former fans created compilation videos of his downfall, monetizing his destruction in ways he never could have imagined. The isolation consumed him. Depression set in like a fog he couldn't shake. The same person who once commanded the attention of millions now struggled to leave his house without panic attacks. Therapy helped, slowly. He began working at a local coffee shop far from cameras and internet fame. His co-workers knew who he was but pretended they didn't, offering him something he'd forgotten existed. Normal human interaction without an agenda. 2 years later, Marcus recorded a single video on a new channel. No face cam, just his voice over black screen. He talked for 30 minutes about mental health, the cost of fame, and the person he'd been before the cameras. The video gained modest traction, not because of spectacle, but because of its quiet honesty. Some viewers called it a redemption attempt. Others heard genuine remorse. Most just heard someone trying to find himself again. The streaming industry moved on without him. New faces rose to prominence, many of them having studied his rise and fall like a case study in what not to do. Platform policies changed, partly in response to incidents like his. Mental health resources became more prominent in creator spaces. His destruction, in a twisted way, had led to small improvements in a system that chewed up young people for content. Marcus Chen's story haunts the digital landscape as a reminder of fame's true cost. In an age where authenticity is currency and privacy is extinct, his downfall reveals the impossible pressure of performing humanity for millions of strangers. We built platforms that reward extremes and wonder why they destroy the people who feed them. Perhaps the real tragedy isn't that Marcus lost everything in one night, but that it took losing everything for him to remember who he was underneath the performance.